Can you really, though? We'll talk about that today on Bible Time. Hello again, everyone. Thank you for joining me for Bible Time. So, got to ask the question. Can you do all things through Christ who strengthens you? Can you win a gold medal because Christ strengthens you? Well, sure, absolutely you can, but is that why you won the gold medal? Was it because of Jesus? Okay, I see where you're going with that, but let's put this verse in context because it really irritates me when people take this verse out of context. In fact, I may have done Bible time on this before, but it's probably been a couple years, so you need to hear it again. The first time I ever heard this, 96 Olympics, maybe, I think it was. Anyway, it was a high dive person. She did really well. She barely splashed the water when she dove in. She won a gold medal. And she says, Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So I grabbed the Bible. I wasn't, whenever this was, didn't know the Bible really well, wasn't really quite understanding what it meant to walk with God daily. I was not really new, but I was still a baby Christian. So I look up in the Bible and I read before and after. I always do that. I never take a single verse. And you should do this too. Read way before and way after. Get the whole context and then even try to get the historical context if possible. Anyway, I'm reading about Paul in prison and he's suffering and he's in chains. And he says, but I know in all things I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I'm like, well, sure, yeah, I get it. That's great. You living with Jesus, no matter what you're going through, Jesus will get you through it if you trust in him. Now, he's not going to take it away, but he'll just knowing that he's there to get you through it. So I thought, what's that have to do with winning a gold medal? How'd that person get strengthened to win a gold medal? As if you were a good Christian and this is your reward? Well, then I remembered that Jesus specifically said that if you get your reward here on earth, you can have it, but your reward is greater in heaven. He said that in Matthew. And I'm like, something doesn't add up. So I kept looking into it, and the more and more I became convinced that Christ doesn't give us strength so that we can win gold medals. Now, okay, I don't remember this person's name. I don't know who she was. I know she was a female. And I'm sure that she really felt like God strengthened her to do this, to maybe, who knows what she went through to get to the point where she won this gold medal. But athletes use this all the time. They take this one verse out of context and like, God's going to give me this because I deserve it. And no. Now, I want to tell you this. I believe the Ohio State Buckeyes won the national championship last year because of their actions. I believe they were rewarded by God for spreading the gospel, baptizing people on campus, doing all these things. I really believe they were rewarded for that. And I believe God will reward us when we do things. But let's not take that verse out of context is all I'm saying here, or any verse. Because when you start to take verses out of context and you say, man, I can do this, I can push it, I'm going to be an NBA player because I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. All I'm going to do is get ridiculed and laughed at by Adam Scheffler because I am not an NBA player. Okay? Don't take it out of context. Don't take Romans 3:23 out of context. For all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. Yes, but his gift is salvation through Jesus Christ. Hebrews 10:27 is another big one. Do not forsake the gathering together as some have done to their own detriment. That doesn't mean you have to go to church. Okay, don't take these verses out of context. Read the context. Hebrews 6:4. Read the context. It doesn't mean you can send yourself into hell. Read the context, know the historical context, and then take it throughout the whole Bible. And then you come up with this solution, that God made a covenant with his son Jesus, that if he would die on a cross and shed his blood, that he would take that as appropriation for sin for all human beings who believe in him, not and do all these things. Your salvation is not based on your works. It is based on a covenant between God and the Son. That's the context of the Bible. That's what I'm saying to do with Philippians 4:13 and Hebrews 10:27 and Hebrews 6:4 and Romans 3:23, and I can go on and on and on. Don't take it out of context. That's your Bible time for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you again all real soon. God bless.